13signsastrology.com. So I was on there today, chopping it up online with some of the brothers, and we was talking about ownership. And when I say some of the brothers, like these are like people that I look at as sovereigns too. That's like, we're in the same peer group, if you will. It's like about ownership. We conflict just like, any other groups of people conflict. It's just like the shit I'm going through. Like a lot of people that know me personally know that they was kind of like saying that my program is cool, but they like, well, but in Chicago though, you really don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, in Chicago, you got fans and friends, but you know yourself don't own anything, and they was kind of trying to slight me for that. So I'm up here in Chicago now, and what I'm doing here is that excuse me, y'all. So what I'm doing here now in Chicago is that phone kind of dropped. What I'm here doing now is that I'm kind of establishing some proof. I'm not gonna take you into my properties yet. See, I done bought property off of this. However, I can't show you it yet because the program's not complete yet. Like I can show you guys a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I monetized over $1 million off this program. So I'm here in Chicago, and what I'm doing here is that this, like, I go to different cities. See, different cities, according to sacred geometry, are critical and valid in certain scenarios when it comes to ownership. What do I mean by that? This is why they have 50 states. This is why the 50 states were broken down into a pie like this, because each state is sovereign, right? You got 50 of them. It's really more than that. My man's kicking up. I have to hold this. But it's really more than that. So it's 50 states or whatever, and they're sovereign, and what these 50 states really represent, I'm going to tell you a few secrets, so I'm not going to go into the depth of it. I could talk about this for hours. I could do lectures on this that last 5 hours. I just want to mind you. But what I do is just drop quick seeds. So you got the different states. Each of them, it represents like keys, like on a map. So it's 50 gates. It's going into like gates, really. Each state represents a different key. And you can do different things in each state. You can do some stuff in some states that you can't do in other states. I'm saying as a sovereign. So you guys that have IDs take this stuff for granted. I've talked about this before, because the state's using insurance to take care of everything for you. So you don't have to have no knowledge of none of this. This is where government comes in at. This is why government exists. So what happens is that here in Chicago, this is a key, not Illinois. I'm not saying I have any problem with Illinois, but I'm just saying that's another thing. Illinois, that's another thing. But Chicago is is probably the most powerful city in the world, even past New York. And I'm not saying that to start no kind of beef or nothing like that, but I'm saying that for a reason. You got to understand sovereignty. So like I was saying earlier, I'm like, so what you gonna do when they come for you? You say you own all these property and you're a millionaire, because I talk to people that's really fucking millionaires, and I appreciate the fact that they fuck with me because they know a lot of shit. But on this level, I think they kind of lack it. I'm like, you a millionaire, what you gonna do if they make certain moves and start claiming that currency is theirs through a property seizure process and begin to annuity your money with higher money? And they do this to people all the time. So you think you can't be touched, and it's like you can be touched. And in my program, see, I use a sophisticated way of ownership. I'm not going to go into the whole thing with you. That's done all by hand, and not just by hand, but with eyesight and vision, and with mindset and mentality of knowing certain sovereign keys on what you can do and get away with in certain areas, and what you can't do and what you can't get away with in certain areas, and how you can own. This is what I'm going to show you. This is why I'm here in Chicago, because eventually I want to show you the ownership of a house. That's my goal now. That's my next goal. Like I told you guys, I was going to get myself together through using the art of magic, physically, and my hygiene, and I'm still working on that. I'm not perfect yet, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, when I get my hygiene perfect, then we're going to start working on, and I'm going to get clothes and get dapper for you and start making long videos and be all in Africa, Egypt and shit, making videos and all of that, man. Then after that, I'm going to show you the ownership of a house through this program. No hands. Hands, but no hands as far as other groups using and claiming that the currency is theirs. You got these guys that's got millions, but you want a contract with it, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't sophisticatedly say, well, I'm going to go and make this million on my own again without signing something. You see what I'm saying? So Man, I love Chicago, man. Like this is you can't own that really until you walk these gates out here. They know that. You can't own nothing in this country without that. So I'm gonna come back up with more, man. Get ready to start an exciting tour, start an exciting series. So you guys stay tuned. Good day.